All right, we're moving on, guys. So
again, like Brett asked, where's the modesty?
We need a little modesty in the world these days, guys. So, Girls Who Code launches site to develop more diverse game characters.
Guys, this website forces you to generate female game characters with diverse and inclusive attributes. You have to first, you start with a default character that is overweight and a black woman with they them pronouns.
Of course.
And you have to go from there, that template, to make your character. So they launched this to combat the sexist rules that are placed on female characters in the gaming world.
Well, that's like I'm saying, I'm picturing Henry Cavill bearing down on these people and forcing them to choose very, very binary characters. He's like, you cannot do this. I am pro QAnon. I am pro Gamergate.
By the way, small segue. I was listening to Destiny, like a left-wing streamer, and he gave ironically enough, like the most compelling case for not using those types of pronouns, because essentially a pronoun is a word the viewer uses to describe something he's viewing
when they're not there.
Right. So essentially, like someone providing their pronouns is completely like it makes no sense because it's ultimately what the viewer
something
is
happening
trying
when they're
to
not in the room.
Yeah.
It's designed to control your language when they're not there.
Precisely.
Like when we first started covering Ezra Miller, I would trip over my words constantly trying to be. It wasn't until he started showing up in front of children's houses in cowboy outfits that I just gave up and I was like, look, this guy's a creep. I'm not gonna even do him the courtesy of respecting his pronouns because I don't think he's earned that or deserves that. But like they take advantage of the kindness of the average person who says, look, I have no problem with that. It's us libertarians over here, like live and let live, right? But like they take advantage of your goodwill to use it as a cultural bludgeon against your ability to, first of all, it stops dissent. Like we had topics where we had to stop, like I just gave up because I couldn't get it properly. So I just stopped talking about it. That's a form of censorship.
I mean, I always misgendered Ezra Miller. I'll go on record saying that. On the pronouns thing too, on this website, it's called Girls Who Code Girls. So they want girls to program female game characters. On the pronouns section, they didn't have alternative pronouns like Zer. Very offended. I'm personally offended by this. So here's a tweet from Girls Who Code. They said, "We're ready to code the future of female video game characters together. Introducing Girls Who Code Girls, a gaming experience that empowers you to code characters that are true to your experience."
See,
let's watch the video.
All of these people would have benefited from having MySpace back in the day. Then they could have learned HTML.
MySpace ruled.
Yeah. So here's here we go.
No comment.
77% of video game developers are men. No wonder why they have the female characters running around scantily clad.
Yes, why would they do that?
We have the power to decide what we look like.
God, this music choice.
It feels like I'm about to watch Blade. Like
7% of video game developers are men.
Okay.
And they said 20% of game characters are women, so they want to create more of them. And let's just look at this website and its introduction to this process.
Let's do this.
By the way, I mean,
77% of video game developers are men, meaning the majority of female and non-binary characters are designed by men. No wonder we're misrepresented. By participating in this experience, you can influence the future of women in gaming.
How intriguing.
Cool. So there's a reason why typically females and males in these games have these bodies. It's because typically they're doing feats of athleticism.
So Brett,
that if you do
the experience part, it like lets you begin coding a character.
Cool. Can we make one now?
Yeah, we can.
Cool.
Why
Let's
not?
do that. What do we make?
So this is what it starts you with. And by the way, they don't give you any option to give a female character a sexy outfit. It's all just this one shape that completely neuters the female body.
Awesome.
So we love that.
Turning the sound off because I don't know if it's copyrighted.
It's obnoxious.
Listen,
well.
that's stock free if I've ever heard.
You see the 3 tabs at the top. It like lets you change their. It has identity at the end.
Oh, let's go straight to identity.
Yeah.
Straight.
So it also starts her off bald. Great
Well,
stuff.
of course, and a fade too.
With a fade.
I mean, at least it's not the mental illness haircut.
I like you cut, G.
Right off the top. So, combat, creative, cyber, edgy, fearless. What is fearless?
I don't even know. I don't know what that any of this
Noun
stuff
is her
means.
noun queen.
Can you get edgy? Oh, there's queen now.
It starts off as
Where's the gender neutral version of
Brett,
that?
edgy queen, please.
agent,
queen.
alien, angel, artist, boss, or captain.
Edgy queen.
This is
wait.
making me cringe.
There's queen. So no, we're fearless queen.
And now we have to choose the pronouns.
Dane, what pronouns should we have?
That's a great question. Chat, can you please tell us what pronouns we should pick?
I mean, they're all it's
It'll
he,
take a
him,
while.
he, they, she, he, they.
Excuse
she,
me, where
her.
are the Zay Zems?
There's no.
Where's the representation for my Zers out there?
I
Remember
pick,
when Attack Helicopter was the big conservative dunk? That
I have
everyone-
72 genders.
I pick he, they.
See, conservatives are just as dorky. Don't worry.
We're being dorks
we're
right
making
now. It's
we're making
fine.
fun of yes.
Yeah.
He, him.
Yes.
Excuse me, he, they.
They.
Dane, what's your astrological sign?
I'm Sagittarius.
Okay.
Iconic.
I'm in my Sagittarius era.
Constantly.
And then it'll like create this character card for you
This is so
if you
Oh,
finish.
cool.
Imagine taking the time to do this.
Can we randomize her
Like,
list?
I hate myself. Just doing
I'm
this.
just like
I guess I'm not a girl who
about-
codes, so what do I know?
the marketing director for Girls Who Code, by the way, tweeted, we answered by creating a website where you create a character using your pronouns and rocking your style.
Cool.
I'm sorry, this is somebody who is actually paid to make a website like this. Like, imagine how insufferable you have to be to land the job as the marketing and communications director for Girls Who Code.
But-
what type of person do you need to be? And there she is. There's our creation.
Chat suggests dad gone.
That is, I mean, that looks basically just like me. So,
Amazing.
like,
Representation matters.
Love her. What? Love they? What?
And it's like, I hate that this framing has turned into any representation of sexy women is sexist.
Fearless.
Like,
Well,
when did that
that's-
happen?
It's not allowed because men like sexy women.
Look, wait, look at her stats. Not very powerful, not very smart, not very creative.
I didn't touch the stats.
What did they call the ugly princess? Creative.
She just sucks.
She's just mediocre in every single way.
I mean, I've got more of a problem with her shoes, to be honest. Her shoes are rather uninspired to me.
Yeah, not a fan.
Like,
It's just like, who is this for? Who is using this? And where is all the money coming from?
yeah, I mean, that's a very good question.
Where's the money coming from?
NGOs, government,
Nonprofits, please. Like, these places need to get investigated.
And let's face it, like, they would never give you the sexy female option because they want to erase that from history.
Of course
They don't want
not.
that. They want it to be the exception and not the rule. But they're never going to understand that men are the majority of the people in these gaming spaces.
Yeah, and I really didn't see a lot of people pushing back on this. I saw a bunch of praise for it, likely from Twitter blue checks who don't play video games, are not part of gaming culture, don't know anything about it other than what journalists tell them, which is that like we saw from the way that they profiled Henry Cavill, they think all gamers are basement-dwelling, misogynist incels that go on 4chan and spread QAnon conspiracy theories. Like, they don't know anything about this culture other than the horrible things that are said to malign it.
Oh god, that was fun. What is who's got better drip? Her
Maybe this
or
was made
Jordan
for you.
Peterson?
I mean,
Dane.
like, look, if
This is gonna be your new favorite
I want to
game.
make a character so bad.
if I could, if
You
I
send me
could-
the link.
If I'll send it to you. If I could give her, I mean, that looks like.
I mean, they also
somebody
give
in
you the
chat-
ability to give them colored hair. They give you the ability to give them a hijab, to
Oh,
give
give her
them
a hijab.
vitiligo, which is like
That's not
that
it.
melanin disorder that like makes you have like blotches of
Oh,
different
yeah.
melanin levels. You can give them cornrows. You can give them monolids, like all of this different stuff. And it's just like, no, I don't have anything against people with vitiligo or people with monolids, but like, why?
Blue hair.
Like the fact that you put them in a video game means that a boardroom of people who don't have vitiligo decided that they should be there.
It is for me.
Is that the right shade of blue?
I think it needs to be darker.
Not her though.
No, it's not letting me.
This is the greatest episode we've had.
I love
Dude,
it.
the stats got me.
Her fade is so clean.
The stats is like, well, she just sucks.
It's only letting me do buzz cut. It's not letting me do another hairstyle, guys.
You can choose another hairstyle though. Maybe you just need to scroll down.
Can we make Mary in there?
No.
I tried to make one that was like me, but it didn't work. It didn't look like me. I just wanted to make like the most offensive character possible, and they wouldn't let me choose a man character. I wanted to make it a straight white cis male, pronouns he him, with like highest stats for intelligence and power.
The Chad with the big chin.
Yeah, I wanted to make it
With the really
basically
defined
the Chad
jawline.
meme,
I
and they
love it.
wouldn't let me. So
Well, guys, that is Fearless Queen, and those are like.
she needs to get a hijab on to cover up that
Yeah,
horrible blue
hijab.
buzz cut.
Dude, but does Fearless Queen have drip?
She's so fierce.
She's got dripping.
She's serving.
Can we stop?
It's giving.
I'm getting uncomfortable.
It's giving SJW era. It's giving 2015 era.
That's the medium body. What?
I'm just kidding. Go to small everything.
That it's not. I mean, that's the bias part that they're saying that's the medium body.
If we
It's-
get canceled
mean,
over
these
this, it'll be
days-
worth it.
Okay, we're done. We're
Who's
done.
gonna
guys.
cancel us?
That is a good question.
You can't cancel people
We'll
who
just
don't
call
care.
Pierce Morgan and he'll.
Well, we are canceling ourselves so that we can be part of cancel culture.
You can't cancel people who don't care. Simple as.
So
But
it's-
I just think like none of the people making promotional videos about this or making articles preaching about this or quote tweeting about it. None of these people play games. None of them are into video games.
In
Dude,
the
the
chat,
best- wait,
in the
sorry.
chat, uncomfortable chair says just joined. What the hell is going on?
I love that.
The
Just
best-
dropping in.
The best scene that Anita Sarkeesian made on one of her videos was like the ultimate, like, this chick has no idea.
Can we
Like,
make Frost?
Yes. No, sir. Sir Xero Production says she's giving me Rava vibes. That was exactly what it
giving
was.
Rava.
It exactly is. It is
Wait, can we
Rava.
make Frosker
oh my god,
let's
try.
code Frosker.
I want to read a little bit more of this.
Wait,
So
wait.
it says-
Okay, give me a second. So it's Sarkeesian in one of her videos. She's like using the Xbox controller on a PlayStation.
Yep.
And I was like, well.
Love that.
So it says it started from the thought that everything is through the male gaze, games, music, videos, films, even how coding is portrayed. This is what I mean. They don't have a problem with beautiful women. They have a problem with beautiful women being viewed through the lens of misogynistic
We
men.
wanted to get girls into coding to make them realize that coding isn't just math and science. It can be fun and creative and rewarding. Look,
Isn't that
obviously
insulting?
you're trying to force women to like things that they don't like.
It's
Maybe
the
there is a
STEM.
gender gap in tech because women aren't as interested in tech as men are, and maybe they're not as naturally
Yeah.
adept at it, which is fine. Differences between people, which you claim to champion, those are a good thing.
It's
that
also
we
really
celebrate,
funny.
and you hate differences.
Because they point out a lot of the time that they're like, look at how many more women are working in tech. And then somebody goes, what jobs are they doing in
Right.
tech? And they're like, HR.
Their marketing,
email
their
jobs.
HR, and like design teams. That's basically it. But look, it's fine that women are not as represented in certain industries where they don't enjoy those things. They don't enjoy doing those things. It's fine. Like, that's actual diversity. I'm sorry to tell you.
Well, it's like-
if you surrender to reality, which is that men are more likely to be highly skilled in these fields.
And that doesn't mean that there aren't women that aren't good at it. It's just saying that on average.
Yeah, and you don't
there's
need to
more
create
men
an
choosing to
artificial
do it.
pipeline to force women into the gaming world. Like, you don't need to do that. They don't want to be there. It's okay.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to encroach on traditionally male spaces. You can make your own.
Oh, no. They have to encroach on traditionally male spaces because that's bad. It's inherent to sexism.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't even think that male gamers have a problem with women gaming. They have a problem with women creating messaging about them and about gaming that maligns it.
Dude, no one cares.
Yep.
No one cares. So I've been on many gamer discords, and every female is treated pretty much like a goddess, which is annoying. I guess that's like, and I'm sure they find it annoying too.
But it's weird, right? Because like gaming is so mainstream now that you would think it would be mainly like balanced as far as the
women
gender
make up
share.
more of the mobile gaming, right?
Yeah.
As far as I
Probably.
understand. The majority of mobile
Sure.
games are played by women, which makes more sense.
I mean, no, I think most women play mobile games, but still probably more men.
Yeah. But it's weird because it's like bigger than the film industry, but we're acting like it's a battlefield for gender ideology. Like,
well, this is what the left gets that the right doesn't, is that this is actually where the culture is fought and won, right? Because whether you like it or not, you can't even escape it. You can't even go to play your games or do something you like because they're just here arguing about it.
and this is more that we see in our conversations about representation in film and TV. They say, to make sure we're representing as many girls as possible, starting with hair textures, body sizes, and even little things like freckles and acne that mean so much to representing girls
And
authentically.
this is the narcissism of needing to
Why
see
do we
yourself
need
exactly.
to represent your freckles and your vitiligo and your monolids and your acne? Like every microscopic aspect
Of
of
who you
how
are.
you look.
Yeah.
Not who you are, but just what you are.
Yeah.
No one cares.
It's
I don't care if you have vitiligo, and I don't care about you being in TV or films or video games at all. But I care when there is a message coming from a boardroom of people who don't have vitiligo, who decided that that an image of someone who does should be forced down everyone's throats.
Do you remember the game where like they got mad at the game for allowing white characters to have cornrows and or to have the Princess Leia hair?
Saints
And you
Row.
weren't
I'm
allowed
surprised that
to-
with Avatar 2, people didn't get mad about
Yeah.
Spider having dreadlocks.
Yeah, like oh no, that was like dude, there was a scene that was like the worst part of one of the episodes of Tulsa King where you got like the driver comes in and sees like a white Rastafarian dude smoking weed and he's got dreads. He's like, dude, not cool, cultural appropriation. And I almost threw something at my TV. Like I can't tell if they're
Once again, Tulsa King making
no,
me cringe
no, it is
out
good.
of my body.
The show is the show is good, but I'm just saying like those moments. It feels like every episode forces that driver to have one scene to make everybody hate him. Like they just hate that guy, and they're like, we need to give him one cringe line every episode. And he happened to make a line about how dreadlocks was cultural appropriation. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.